Hey everybody, welcome back to WikiGood Sports and welcome back to At the Buzzer. I'm joined as always by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Brian, I'm doing good. Thanks, man. How are you?
Doing quite well. Excited to talk a little bit of basketball for the first time in a couple of weeks. Let's check in on the Eastern Conference. So last time we spoke, I don't think the Cavs had lost yet, but I do think that was the night that the Celtics beat them. So now, how are we feeling about the Celtics, the Cavs, the Magic, everyone here in the Eastern Conference right now?
That's a great call out, and I will admit, be the first to admit that I was wrong. I picked the Cavs, picked against my C's for
It was
probably
good. It was good because if it didn't work out, you look, smart because it's like I picked
not a
against the
homer
team. I'm not a homer, but if the do win, you feel good. So I think that's fine.
for sure, and I am glad that validation I need because I think after that the Celtics have lost less games than the Cavs have lost. So
Mhm.
all that said, like those, in my opinion, are the clear two juggernauts at the top of the East. Obviously, we have a championship to defend. The Cavs are looking like they're still firing on all cylinders. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Um, but I think the Magic probably are going to drop off that a little bit, and that's because Franz Wagner just got that. I think it was an oblique injury, and he's out indefinitely. I believe it was like he'll be reevaluated. Yeah, like 4 to 6 weeks, I think they said, and that's like just reevaluated. Never mind, like he's ready to go. So
yeah.
he's out until January. So at least I think at that point, that's going to be tough for them to keep it consistent because he was a lot of, from spacing to facilitating to like drawing attention from defenders. He was that guy. So ironically, his brother's probably going to start in his place, but at the same time, I don't think he provides that same scoring power. So
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
it,
sense.
yeah, I think also like I'm looking at a couple other of these teams, Brian, and I'm like the Bucks are definitely below where they should be. They've been kind of firing on all cylinders. I know I was trashing them in the last time we had a conversation as they were
Eight
way
and
out of the
two,
playoffs.
8-2 in the last 10
Yeah,
games.
it was ever since what was it? NBA Centel put out
Yeah,
the Doc Rivers is going to take coaching seriously now, and they're 8-2. So
they're so good. All of a
that's all
sudden,
it
that's
took.
all he needed. He
Doc just
needed to
needed
be
to
like,
wake up.
"Oh, should I actually do that? Would that be good?"
That's it. That's all it took. I mean, we got some weird teams. I don't know how good the Heat actually are, to be honest with you. I don't know how
Mhm.
good the Nets actually are. I'm surprised to see the Pacers as low as they are. Obviously, some injuries.
Yeah.
But like the joke of the conference right now is the 76ers, where they have a bunch of dudes who are
I
like
thought you were
technically.
gonna say the Wizards, but yeah.
Oh,
The
well,
76ers.
sorry, the laughing stock of the Eastern Conference is the 76ers. The joke is the Wizards, for sure. You're right. That's correct. They are different. We can laugh at the Sixers because Joel and Tyrese and Paul George is a terrible pairing, apparently.
Mhm.
And the Wizards are just like the Jordan Poole show, basically, where he'll put up like 35, 2 and 3, and then like lose. So by 40. So it doesn't matter.
Honestly, kind of feel like that's what he wanted. Uh,
Yes.
he's the undisputed star, best player. This team's so horrible, though.
It's
But he
just
can put
like
up crazy stats, so works out.
agreed. It was like LaMelo Ball 3 years ago, to be honest. It's the same type of
Yeah.
thing. You just stick them on a court, let them do cool shit, and then they go home and go to sleep and are happy with themselves. Not a big deal. So there you go.
Oh man, but yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the 76ers. Joel Embiid, how many games has he played this season?
Not many. I think he was out to start for a little bit, but I think it's probably like 6 or 7. But we heard, I think the last we talked about was him getting kind of reamed out by Tyrese Maxey, and then leaked to the media that he was reamed out by Tyrese Maxey. So it's not going well. It's not going well in Philly.
No. Yeah, he has played 5 games this
Okay,
season
there we go.
so
That's
far.
not good.
No, really not good. Not what you want to see if you're a 76ers fan. I feel like at this point, let's just be like so frustrated
Yeah.
after everything, after all the
Yeah.
suffering, all the tanking, the process. It's just nothing. It led to nothing.
He, I think, is trying to force his way out. I feel like he
Yeah.
has to be, right? I
He's
maybe
gonna,
without saying it, but yeah.
yeah, he's gonna get a fat suit, borrow James Harden's fat suit, and get out there. He was fine in the Olympics. What happened?
He was great. I guess he was too fatigued from that, I think. So now he's kind of,
That's fair.
he's got,
He's not
it's been
used to playing
long.
that late, or really,
That's right.
at all
That's right.
past a certain point. The beginning of June's really is, cut off.
Yeah. I don't think he's played a game in June since at least
Right.
he's been in the NBA. So there's that. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what's up with that team aside from chemistry. Like they have the pieces. They should be good, but
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, they got Jared McCain.
He's been great.
That's great. Rookie of the year, maybe.
At this rate, yeah. But at the same point, the age-old conversation of like, does it matter if he's on a shit team? Frankly, excuse my French, but
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
he's. I mean, he can put up 28-6 and be 3-17, and it's like, well, for what? I guess like rookie of the year at what cost? You know?
Yeah. And just wait, when TikTok gets banned fully, he's gonna be on a rampage. He's not gonna have anything else to do. He's gonna be like,
real. Does he move to reels, or is he just going to focus on basketball and be elite?
Question I have for myself, honestly, like, do I start really taking reels seriously, or do I just
YouTube
completely go into YouTube Shorts? It's neither of them are really what TikTok is, so it's tough. I feel for you, Jared. I don't feel that bad for you because you're an NBA potential superstar someday, but this at least we're connected.
There's a payout difference, but at least there is, he gets that. I think he'll be okay. He'll survive.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. It is very funny to see the interactions with him and his older teammates, though. He is like very Gen Z.
Yes.
Like crazy. Yeah. So like it's just funny to see his teammates react to him.
Kyle Lowry looks like he's never seen a cell phone every time he shows him, like every time he puts it on. It's hysterical. It's so
good. Yeah, it's very fun that we got LeBron in the league with Jared McCain right now, because like LeBron, we have those famous pictures of him with like a little cell phone camera, flip phone, and like still it's connected. They played together. Now we have all the modern technology. Very fun there.
All I can think of is Shaq with the full like literal camcorder at the dunk contest, and I'm like, that's something.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, I had that's what started me on my video creation path, and now we're here. Yeah. Those mini DV cameras.
Those are elite, in fairness. So I get it, Shaq.
Yes. So, oh man, that I think we'll see what happens with the 76ers. I think if you're a 76ers fan, you just have to be sick of this team and like the players, and I guess all your hopes in Jared. Yeah, ownership for sure. All your hopes in Jared McCain going forward, which is fine, but not what you want really. You were hoping for more after all this.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul George acquisition for what? So
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Which should say enough that completely forgot he's on there.
It's exactly they've gutted their team for him for nothing, basically. Yeah. So it's bad. It's a bad look.
Oh man. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the Western Conference here.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Western Conference is, unsurprisingly, a lot tighter. I think you look at the 1 seed in the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I'm sure everybody is not surprised by. Right. And then you've got the Grizzlies, who honestly are a legit contender. You watched they beat the Celtics the other night. They're a good team. They're a defensive, physical, like objectively.
Marcus Smart is back.
Marcus Smart is back. Healthy finally. Yeah, after like basically taking the majority of last season off. They were solid. It was fun to watch him come back to the Garden, of course.
It was, yeah. We love Marcus Smart.
We do.
So
they played a lot of Eastern Conference games now that I'm looking at their schedule, which is interesting. So we'll see how they do in the West. Because the East really outside of the top 3-4 teams is kind of like meh. But I'm looking at these teams here, and I think the 11 seed has 12 wins, right? Or the 12 seed, the Kings have 12 wins. I am a little bit.
It's kind of crazy when you put it like that.
It is, and that's how it was last year. They really are stacked. They're a good conference ultimately, and they play each other all very well. You really don't know who's going to come out of that. You have to assume the Thunder or probably just a general favorite, especially whenever Nikola Jokic is on the floor. It's the Nuggets, right, are out there somewhere too. And then the Warriors are hanging around. The Mavs, like this is a really good conference. The Timberwolves are starting to figure it out, maybe. We'll see about that, but they're trying.
We'll see.
They're trying, and then I am surprised, honestly, by the bottom of the conference is the Pelicans right now, and they swung that huge trade for DeJounte Murray, who has been hurt. Don't get me wrong, but so has Zion.
Injury Zion, he hasn't played this year, right?
I don't think so. No, if he did, it was like a couple games. But
Yeah, talking about disappointing. I mean, we're pro Zion,
yes, we are.
on this show, so we're disappointed. We want him to be out there playing. We
He's a
think he
fun
has a lot
player.
of potential, but sucks. What can you do when players like this just have all these injuries?
Right. And that team. I think I saw something that was like 70% of their payroll is hurt or something like that.
Jesus,
Insane.
Yeah,
It's insane. Yeah, it's not good. You can't do much with a team like truly a G League team.
Right. Yeah. Oh man. So I mean, who do you think like could be surprised here? Are the Suns going to be one of those teams that really step up? Are the Lakers going to? I mean, they were looking good to start the season. I don't want to say that they weren't, but it's been not good this last half of a month, maybe a little longer. Whoa, is JJ Redick going to get fired? Like, what's the surprise storyline coming out of the Western Conference? I guess is my question here that you're going to put a flag on.
I think there are a couple flags just looking at this, right? I think obviously the Timberwolves, can Anthony Edwards like carry that team basically, because there are now spacing issues that they worked out in that first season with Gobert and Cat. Now Cat's gone. Randall is like Cat light, but he's definitely not as good in the post. Like that's become a spacing nightmare in my opinion. I think that's going to be a surprise playoff miss, to be honest with you. That's kind of a hot take. I don't think the T-Wolves make the playoffs. They probably make the play in, but I don't think they make the playoffs, which is
right. Yeah. So we'll track that as the season goes along. Obviously, we've talked up the Oklahoma City Thunder a lot this episode. I want to, take a minute to look back on some former Oklahoma City Thunder players and, give James Harden his flowers for kind of unceremoniously passing Ray Allen. What do you think of that?
I mean, it really wasn't talked about, but
No.
I mean, he is now the second all-time in three-pointers made. Is that just is that because Steph is still in the league and Steph is still increasing that gap at the one spot? Like, that's got to be what it is, I think.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think we talked about it last time too. I realized that Harden is like a volume three-point shooter. And so is Steph, but his accuracy is also off the charts. He's got it all, right? And then there's Harden, who is just bombing up like 10 threes a game in Houston for like 6 years at least. So, I mean, I get that. That makes it questionable. But I think maybe that has something to do with it. I think Steph's still in the league, but it really was quieter than it should have been.
Yeah, and then another like quiet, milestone here. Russell Westbrook is 7 rebounds away from passing Jason Kidd for most career rebounds by point guard. Right. I don't feel like people really care,
No. And he's been, I mean, we look at the stats of when he passed Oscar Robinson for all-time triple-doubles, and he still is getting triple-doubles. Like, it's what he does. And nobody's, like, even talking about it anymore. It's kind of like once he hit the milestone, everyone's like, yeah, whatever. Like, Russell's old and he sucks. But he's making a case to start over Jamal Murray right now, which is saying something.
Yeah, I think maybe the worst thing ever was him playing on the Lakers and people kind of, like, putting the frustration for not having more success with LeBron on the Lakers all onto Russell Westbrook. Do you think that's fair?
Completely. I think that was where his downfall happened. I think once he left, there were some sour grapes towards him, I think, in Houston in general, because he just wasn't playing well there, or he was playing okay, but not as well as he could have been. Then he went to Washington, and then he just was tossed around basically. So it's like, he got to the Lakers already perceived as washed up, and that was just because he was on a bad team and didn't play as well as he could have in Houston because of space. I mean, I don't think it's warranted, but I get why people are thinking that. So,
yeah, you gotta give credit to these, superstars of the past: Russell Westbrook, James Harden, pivotal players in the history, especially recent history of the NBA, and now, forever history in the NBA with these records. And I don't know. I just feel like it's weird that we kind of discount these like previously great players the second that they're not like their prime superstar selves. I think LeBron being so good still kind of gives us like a weird warped perception of his contemporary superstars. Does that make sense?
I think that's completely accurate. I think it's almost like the Brady effect, Like you look at Peyton Manning, you look at the other guys who are also elite, but it's like, damn, Brady was Brady was just that good, and I think it's the same thing as LeBron. LeBron is just that good.
Yeah, and then people like get mad, like, why wasn't Drew Brees as good when he was, older? It's like that's normal. That
Right.
is the normal thing that
Aaron
happens.
Rodgers, right?
Yeah,
Same
Aaron
thing.
Rodgers, not very good. Although he fucking torched my Dolphins and almost
He
beat
did.
them
He did.
on Sunday. He didn't look old in that
was
game,
That was like an elderly person's like one day of clarity, and then they're gonna go back to the home after this. I think that's the Rodgers effect.
But yeah, no, it's just like, why are these old players not playing well? It's like that's just how it is. That happens to almost everybody,
Right.
except for Tom Brady, except for LeBron James. That's it.
Yeah, they're the what is it? They're not the average. They are the freaking exception.
Outliers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, just get used to your favorite players getting not as good by the end, but make sure that you appreciate their greatness even while they're still here.
That's where I'm at with Al. Right, gotta appreciate Al for what he is, because soon that
no, he's still actually playing very well. But
he is, but I'm worried, man. I'm very worried. I think it could be soon. You never know.
I'm at peace with it because we did win a title with him. So it's like if it's over soon, hell of a ride.
That's true. That's true. 2 stints with us, man. So
because
we appreciate that.
I'll be honest, like when we lost to Golden State, I was like, fuck. Like that might have been like our best chance for Al to get a title with our team. Right.
I was watching that in Iceland at 3 a.m. because of the time change. So I get it. It was, and when that happened, man, the first thought was Al Horford. So appreciate your players. Appreciate your old guys.
Yep. Yeah. There were two, like one, it's like, I wanted them to win for Jason Jalen to have like the monkey off their back of like,
it's smart now.
We got a title. Yeah. Like we got a title, our legacy, like we're etched in NBA history. Like anytime people like talk shit about either of them online now, like I don't take it as hard because it's like, well, they want a title. So like,
I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Yeah. You don't think Jason Tatum's a superstar? That's fine.
That's okay. Yeah.
We want a title. That's all right.
Like
you feel how you feel, we'll see how it's all, remembered when it's said and done, and then, for Al, I was like worried. I was like, I really want him. He's meant so much to this, team, especially like being there when a lot of them were young and like, coming back for them in their prime. It's like, I really want him to win a title. And he did. So now it's like watching basketball is like not relaxing because like each game, like you get into it, but like there's that overall stress kind of off,
The ultimate goal has been achieved, right? Like that's what it is. Like we've done it. Now we can enjoy our team beat up on other teams that kind of stink.
Exactly.
Because we know they're good. Yeah. We're not questioning if there's proof or not. It's happened. We've got it.
Yep. The proof's there. Can't take it away.
Nope.
I always think of like Steve Young when he won that Super Bowl, and there's like video of him being like, I got the monkey off my back. Like they can never take this away from us. Like we did it. Like, and that's how I feel about the Celtics. Like they fucking did it. Like who cares what all these people on Twitter think?
Truly. And like you said, some of the least educated people on Twitter. I hate to say it for all of you.
Our discussion before the episode. Yeah.
Definitely follow us there anyway, but like it's still true.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. All right, Jack. Anything else before we get on out of here?
I don't think so, man. I think let's give Jason Tatum his flowers too. Talking about favorite players, he is second in the league in MVP voting as it stands right now. So,
him winning an MVP would be so great. One, because he's an amazing player. Two, people will be so mad.
I can't wait. The discourse would be
so upset if he wins an MVP. Which
I want
would be
it so
awesome
for that reason.
Yeah, no, me too. I want it for just that reason, if nothing else, just because people will be big mad online.
So mad. I live for that.
Oh, man. All right, Jack, where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. So definitely follow me there for NBA, MLB, any takes you got. I probably got some too. So follow me there.
Awesome. Yes. Follow me on Twitter as well. The fake BMar, BMARR. I'm also on Blue Sky, at BrianMar.bluesky. Whatever the fuck that their weird handle thing is. But go follow me there. This is obviously Wicked Sports. Check out our main channel, Wicked Everything. Just did a video on Marvel Rivals. Really enjoy it. Jack, I don't know if you've checked it out. It's very fun.
I will have to check it out. I've
Worth
seen
your
the
time.
video. Yeah.
It's free. So,
Is
you
it?
know,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
even less of a barrier to entry.
completely.
But yes, please go check that out. And then our podcasting channel is Better Radio. Jack, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, Brian. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you all in the next one.